I am about to go have my brain scanned. I never thought I would be saying those words, but yeah, full-blown brain scan today. Excited to see what the tests reveal. But yeah, let's run it. So a couple months back, Katie, type A, Shervin, and myself decided to go and explore the wellness district of LA. So as someone who spends most of their time reviewing, discovering, and exploring all the different subjects, all the nooks and crannies of the wellness arena, I can tell you that there is a lot of BS. There's a lot of things that you're gonna waste your time on. There's a lot of things that you're gonna waste your money on. So it can be very confusing. Things can be very conflicting. Some things are appropriate for some people at certain times. Some things are not appropriate for some people at certain times. And it can be very disjointed, this whole sort of wellness renaissance that's taking place. And I believe that you should work with someone who knows how to navigate the landscape and do the right functional diagnostic testing so that you can build a plan that's tailor-made for you. Lucky for us, we got connected with my man Chris, who runs Wellness District LA. And out of his own pain, his own neck pain, really, it drove him to trying to discover, what was the answer, what was the solution that was going to be right for him. And he lived with this chronic neck pain, and for whatever reason, he couldn't figure out what the root of the issue was.
I found that I was looking in all the wrong places. And I realized I can't be the only one who is looking for the next pill or the next surgery or the next thing that could alleviate the pain I was feeling. I dealt with chronic pain for years, and being in the military, it was heartbreaking to understand when I went to my doctor that all that they could do for me was give me medication or recommend surgery. And I personally felt defeated, and I realized I'm not the only one that feels this way. And there are certainly other alternatives to healing and wholeness in the wellness industry, but nobody was there to guide me. So I created a pathway for that. I created a pathway for others to find these great practices and ways to find wholeness without having to feel powerless. And I think one of the things that I believe is most important is empowering our clients and our customers to know that they have the tools within themselves to heal.
So first, we had our brain scanned and we got to see what was going on inside of our brain. And we'll talk about that in just a little bit. And then we got to play around in some fun recovery-based activities like the float tank, like compression, like sauna, like cold plunge, all these things that could help aid in the recovery process depending on what's going on with your body and what is right for you at that time. So I opted in for the compression and the float tank, while Katie and Shervin opted in for the sauna and the ice bath. I was really excited about this trip because this represents what I have been trying to build for the last 2 years, really. It is an amalgamation of all the things that I love health and wellness, and it's combining it with something that's really near and dear to my heart, which is community, which is bringing people together, which is a huge part of health. It's a huge part of being well, is your connection to others, your feeling of belonging within a community, your contribution to a group, and where you find your place within that. And so it was such a special time for me and Katie and Shervin and Chris to just spend enjoying ourselves and engaging in these wellness activities, because I think the future of social connection is going to be built around this type of lifestyle, this type of activity, people taking care of themselves, people relaxing, people recovering, people unwinding and de-stressing and taking really the time that they should have to take care of themselves and to be with others during that process is a great way to bond. And that's what I want for the world. That's what I want for my friends, is just to be able to have a good, healthy life, be able to share it with each other. And as cool as making YouTube videos is, it is a kind of weird sort of job or lifestyle because not that many people do it. And so it was really nice to connect and spend some time with Shervin and Katie. If you haven't checked out either of their channels, go subscribe. I will put the links in the description. And last but not least, we got to go to an IV therapy lounge where we got shots of glutathione and cocktails of different vitamins and minerals to help us keep us energized throughout the day. And by no means are all these trendy wellness activities going to make you healthy immediately. Really, it's about building a healthy lifestyle based on your data. Some comprehensive blood work done with a functional medicine doctor, and then a brain map so you can see what's going on with your brain, and then a spinal scan to see what's happening with your spine, as well as going through a complete medical history with you, looking at your lifestyle, looking at your behavior, your relationships, your connection to community, all the things that are going to influence your well-being and your health overall.
I think the most important thing people should understand is that it is highly personalized. We go through extensive effort to personalize and tailor every service that we recommend, from supplements that we recommend to different treatments, different therapies. All of them are extremely personalized to you. So you're not getting a cookie cutter recommendation, you're getting something that is highly tailored for your specific needs on your specific journey.
It's gonna help guide you through the process where he can introduce you to the appropriate practitioners or the specialists or the different type of therapies that might be appropriate for you and your specific health needs. And you can take it from me, a guy who spent over $150,000 on my health in the last couple years, that, you know, there is a lot of opportunity for you to waste your money and for you to go down a rabbit hole that you don't need to go down, or for you to explore a therapy or lifestyle intervention that might not just be the right time for you. So it's a really well thought out process that I think could help people save a lot of time and a lot of money. The overall experience was so rejuvenating. It was exactly what I needed, and it was just the tip of what Chris actually can offer to his clients. But the biggest discovery for me during this whole process was something that was really unexpected. I did my brain map, and based on the brain scan that we did, I kind of discovered that I had ADHD. And I have never been diagnosed with ADHD, and that was not something that I even thought about. It was nothing that was in my awareness. But when I look back on my life and I think about how things have gone, and I think about my behavior and how I show up in the world and how I do work and why I may do certain things and why I may not do certain things, it brought me a lot of clarity, and it made a lot of sense. And it was like, wow. Although I've been able to navigate the world thus far, it would have been really helpful to have that information a lot earlier on, because now I can lean into my edges and I can lean out of my weaknesses, right? I can do things that I know are going to be working around the fact that I have this quote unquote, condition, and I can hedge against my downside and work with the biology that I have. And something I also want to mention is that what I've learned about the human body, what I've learned about the brain, is that everything is very malleable, meaning you can change your brain, you can change your body, and you can do it pretty quickly. And so now that I have this awareness of the ADHD, I'm going to be making some changes in my life to start changing my brain. And through different interventions, I will change how my brain works. And it's not that how my brain works is bad or good. There are just some things that I want to upgrade or I want to improve. And I think with that data, you can now make informed decisions. And I think that's what this is really doing. That's what Chris is really bringing to the forefront with Wellness District LA, this concierge health service, is he's just helping people understand a little bit more about what's going on inside of their body and leading them through integrating what they learn. Because sometimes, you might discover something like this and get a quote unquote diagnosis, or you might uncover a condition, but the way that it's delivered, the way that it's handled is not really done in a way that allows you to process it and integrate it in a really healthy way. So you want to make sure that as you're going through these different processes where you're collecting this data, that when you receive some potentially life-changing information, that you have someone there to support you, have someone there to hold your hand and say, hey, it's okay, I got this, let's talk through this, let's make sure that we create a good meeting out of this. The meaning that I gave this new discovery about how my brain works is, wow, what if this was a superpower? What if my ADHD was actually the thing that made me really successful? What if this tendency towards obsessive behavior actually is the reason why I'm so great at what I do? And I think in any situation, I think in any circumstance, you have the opportunity to decide what something means. Is this going to be the end of something, or is it going to be the beginning of something? Is this the worst news that you've ever gotten, or is it the greatest opportunity of a lifetime? And I think, especially when it comes to health, when we're met at that juncture, at that crossroads where we have a decision to make, we get to choose. And in the moments of choice, in the moments of decision, is when our destiny is formed. Now, a service like this doesn't come without a hefty price tag, but here's what Chris has to say about it.
We like to vet our providers. We like to ask them certain questions like, hey, what is your philosophy of care on holistic practice? What is your method of approach when somebody comes to you and they said they've tried everything else? What do you say to them? And because we're able to have those conversations up front with our providers, we can then ensure that our customers or clients don't have to have those conversations, because they can be very burdensome. They can be defeating, right? I realize the power that a doctor has when they tell you, because I've been told this, you're going to struggle with this for the rest of your life, and feeling so defeated and feeling like there is no hope. Somebody that would say that to you is not somebody we would want on our platform. And that might be some of the reasons why it's a little bit more expensive, because we incur a lot of costs on the front end to get you the best there is to offer. And we don't spare any expense on that.
I'm so thankful that I had the opportunity to experience just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this level of concierge health service. And I can't imagine what the whole experience would look like if you were to work with someone like this over the course of a long period of time. But I can't imagine that I wouldn't uncover and discover so much about myself, and it would be quite the journey.
So we just wrapped up an amazing day doing all these different wellness and biohacking and health sort of treatments, and it's been an incredible day guided by my man Chris. Chris, thank you so much for hooking us up.
You can find us on wellnessdistrictla.com or at wellnessdistrictla on Instagram. So hit us up, reach out to me. You can contact me anytime.
I'm so thankful for Chris for putting us up and giving us this experience. If you want to go check out Wellness District LA, I will put a special link down in the description, and you can go see if it's something that's the right fit for you. But I also want to shout out my friends, Shervin and Katie. It means so much to me to be able to do this with you, and I'm so excited for the future. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.